Alright, so what's going on, guys? Got another video today. This is basically just going to be Christmas pickups and a couple things I wanted to discuss. First thing first, I hit 400 subs. That's a pretty big milestone. It's not the one that I wanted to reach by the end of the year. I wanted to get to 500. That was my goal because I've been on here since August of, no, it was like early September, early 16, or 2016, so I guess about 15 months or so, give or take. So 415 months. It's definitely, I'm appreciative of the number, but I'd really wanted to get to 500 by the end of the year. But it's okay. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. 400 is still an awesome number to have reached, and I'm grateful for all you guys for that. With that being said, 400's cool. And shout out to my main man, EMCEEMUR. He actually reached his goal of 250 by the end of the year. He wanted to get to that by New Year's. So if you don't follow EMCEEMUR, he does basically the exact same thing as me, except for where I talk for a really long period of time. He talks really fast in a short period of time. He's a really funny guy. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for his channel. Definitely check him out. Definitely some good content. He does a lot of PS4 stuff. He's really into the Switch. He really loves RPGs, and he does a lot of live streams. I think it's Tuesday nights that he does live streams. Random games too. He'll do PS1, Switch games, and he was doing Skyrim for a while. Does all sorts of really cool stuff, and if you're not subscribed to my main man EMCEEMUR, definitely go check him out. So, had I hit the 500 that I wanted, I actually bought some really nice things that were for had I hit 500. I'm not saying these are ruled out for when I hit 500, but first thing first being Cursed Castilla for the Vita. I actually ordered 2 of these, one to give away, one to keep. So that was one thing that I had wanted to give away, but sadly it did not happen. Although the end of the year technically isn't here, but more than likely it's not going to happen. But and then I ordered a nice copy of Tokyo 42. This is still sealed. That is not. Funny story about that. I actually ended up shooting not one, but 2 unboxings of this, and both times the microphone was off. Well, the first time it was unplugged, and the second time the volume was too low, and so yeah. And then for the Tokyo 42, it came with the soundtrack, and I even bought the, or it came with the postcard, and then I bought the soundtrack, which is still sealed as well. So both of those will probably be giveaways at some point in time, as I don't really need to own 2 copies of them. But being that I did make it to 400, I still do want to give a giveaway of something pretty nice. This is a nice exclusive GameCube title that is complete in box with a minty disc and minty manual, and the case is minty as well. This is about a $25 to $45 title, and pretty much a must-have. And I would say it's one of the best in the series, and it's a long-running series. N64, GameCube, Wii, Wii U, DS, 3DS, GBA. Not Switch yet, but I cannot wait for that on the Switch. That is going to be badass when they finally bring Mario Party to the Switch. So with that being said, I'm giving away a nice minty complete copy of Mario Party 6. So how do you enter to win this? Just leave a comment saying, I want that. I want that Mario Party 6. And we'll decide on probably New Year's Day is when I'll do that. I don't know what time, but you're just going to have to obviously be subscribed and find out when I'm doing the live stream. It'll be in a reasonable hour, probably during daylight or right before, you know, it won't be late. And then also, my cousin gladly donated this to the channel for the giveaway. This is the Mario Odyssey coin, which was a Best Buy exclusive. This is still sealed, so I'm going to throw this into the case to whoever wins. Yeah, this isn't necessarily as rare or as limited as those, but this is something that you can definitely like just enjoy with your friends and family or whomever. You could live stream it, you could do whatever you want with it. So anybody that wants this, I want that Mario Party 6. And then you're entered. It's that simple. No other rules than that. So I want to give back for the 400 subs. I really appreciate it. Wish I could do more. As I said, those will probably be for 500 once I do reach it, even though I had thought that I'd reach it by the end of the year, but it didn't quite happen. But on to things that I got for Christmas. Basically just PS4 stuff. And so let's see, let's go in the order that I got them. So on Christmas Eve, I recently got a PSVR, and one game that I really, really wanted and could not find for the life of me, it is very difficult to find. You would think that PSVR games, out of 2 million people worldwide, most of them wouldn't be very hard to find. However, there's one that is already rare as crap, and most people don't know this. I didn't know this. Sealed copies of this $30 game are going for $135 plus on eBay. Luckily, my GameStop finally got one traded in, and that's Robinson's The Journey. This game was probably the most appealing game to me because, one, it's developed by Crytek, which is one of my favorite developers. They did the Crysis series before EA killed it. Now Amazon actually owns Crytek. I don't know if that was after this came out or before, but they definitely own Crytek now, and therefore the CryEngine as well. So I would almost assume that Amazon's got some. They do have one game coming out already, which I think it's an MMO for the PC. I'd be willing to bet that Amazon eventually makes their own console, and it'll probably be something along the lines of a Steam box. Probably not for a few years, but I would be willing to bet that it'll be like a 1080p Steam box with some. They're going to keep buying up small developers that are good developers. Crytek's a good developer, and make their own console. I'd be willing to bet that that happens. Probably after the Xbox brand is long and dead, because even though I bought the Xbox brand is quickly dying, and this is coming from a dedicated Xbox original fanboy. Like, fuck, the Xbox logo is in my thumbnail for like my channel. Like, I love the Xbox brand, but it's quickly dying. But so the Robinson's The Journey, you basically crash land as a little boy, and then you travel around with this little orb thing on a dinosaur planet, and it just really was really just appealing to me. I loved Jurassic Park as a kid, and so this was just a really cool game. I found it's $35 used, unfortunately, but with the GCU it ends up being like $28 plus tax for whatever state you live in. So not a terrible deal really, because Happy Console Gamer says that this was one of his favorite experiences with the PSVR, which further made me want to get it, because I fully trust what he says, because he's the Happy Console Gamer. And then it was buy two get one. So then the second game that I picked up was so Chasing the Classics. Brad, he picked this up a little while. I believe it was this version, and then also Alpha Omega Sin tweeted out that he enjoyed it and it was on sale or whatever. But I found it at GameStop and essentially got this for free with the buy two. This is Guilty Gear Xrd 2, I guess is how you would say it. Now what's cool about this is it actually comes with a massive manual, which you just really don't see that in games at all anymore. And this was basically one of the last fighting games that I needed to have, one of each for the PS4. I still need like Injustice 2, but I'm gonna wait for the Game of the Year edition for that. I'm just kind of done with buying these games that so this, I'm pretty sure this is the equivalent to the Game of the Year edition. It comes with like, most of the characters added and a bunch of stuff. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm kind of just getting tired of these editions, and we'll talk about that further into the episode here. And then I picked this game up. So Bloodborne, really cool game, but I've never even gotten past the werewolf at the beginning. I've always wanted to play it and get into it, but it's just too tough for me. Eventually I keep trying. Every like 3 to 6 months I try to go back and try to get past it, but it just never happens. It's just too difficult for me, and I think I only paid $15.99 for it, so I'm not too upset about that. It is a very beautiful game though. And the Bloodborns, I played those when I was on vacation with my cousin. He's really into not Bloodborne. What is the other one called? Totally drawing. Or is it Bloodborne? No. Bloodborne is the PlayStation one. What is the Demon Souls is the first one. Bloodborne was the PS4 one. I forget whatever the other ones are called, but you totally know what I'm talking about. Those ones, my cousin's super into them, and because he only has a PS3 and a Wii U, but no multiplats on Wii U. But so I picked up the Surge. So it's essentially the same type of genre of game, I believe, and it's basically a robotic, futuristic apocalypse game. And to me, I don't know, I saw it and just kind of like did something in my mind, and I was just like, that game looks sweet. Like, just the art style of it looks cool with like they have like mech suits on basically, and then your guy has like a chainsaw arm weapon. That's just what I saw in the trailers and stuff. But so, you know, some of the back of it says hardcore melee combat, so that's basically Blood's, you know, Blood's whatever, all those who even makes those games? I'm totally drawing a blank on that right now. I'm totally drawing a blank on that, but and similar to games like Noi, why am I drawing such a blank on that right now? But yes, yeah, so you like cut off the parts of enemies you want to loot, deadly enemies and bosses, unique limb targeting system, and it's actually PS4 Pro enhanced like day one out the box, so that's cool. I don't think, yeah, this isn't exclusive to the PS4, but give this a shot. I think this could be kind of like a hidden gem in the future. I haven't even played it yet, but there wasn't a lot of buzz around this to my knowledge. I mean, there was in the PC community, but not in the console community. So yeah, this was multi-plat. It came out on everything. But I would try to give this a shot. I'd be willing to bet that this is actually pretty fun, just from the little bit that I've looked it up. It doesn't look as difficult as Bloodborne's, Demon Souls, Dark Souls. That's totally what it is. I knew I'd remember. So yeah, my cousin was super into the Dark Souls, and we played it on our giant family vacation reunion thing on the PS3, and he loves it, and he's good at it too. He was just like, psh, 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 and he would like dip and dodge, and he was great at it, but I'm just not good at him. But this one looks a little bit more user-friendly, and I've tried out Noi as well, which is the same thing, but that's actually made by the Ninja Gaiden team, Team Ninja, and that game is a little more, plays more kind of like Ninja Gaiden basically, so like in my brain it works, like Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, 3 and Ninja Gaiden Black and all that stuff. I love those games, so Noi works for me, and this looks more along the lines of that kind of game. So if you've always wanted to get into Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, go ahead and try to give this a shot if you haven't been able to get into those other ones, but you've always wanted to get in that genre. So that looks cool. And that was all bought Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, which was yesterday as of recording this, I don't know when this is going to go live, for Christmas I ended up getting, as most of you know, I did recently just get a PSVR, and I was talking about Game of the Year editions. So for Christmas I got Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition, so I waited for this specifically. This was actually one of the things that made me wait later into the year to get the PSVR, just because I knew this was coming out and I wanted to have the full version. Now with that being said, I think there was a small update for this. It was like a 200 megabyte update. So that means most of the game is actually on here. And then when you open it, so this is probably the equivalent to the day that this launched update is on the disc. So I think this launched 12/10 or 12/15, somewhere in that time frame. So it's, you know, the disc is equivalent to, you know, December of this year's updates for the game. And then in the disc, or in the case, it has this Not a Hero DLC, which, thank you for purchasing Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition. Please download Not a Hero, a free story expansion starring Chris Redfield on PlayStation Store now. So there's no code on here, so I can't get mad about that because it's free. But I really wish that whatever this is was just on the disc. Did it not fit? Is that what the 200 megabyte download is? That seems a little weird. So like, that's cool that it's, you know, it's free, but like, why isn't it just on the disc? So that was just kind of one gripe I had about that. I haven't played the actual game yet in VR, but I did play the demo in VR, and I only lasted until I got into the kitchen. So if you've played the game and you start out at the hallway and you get to the kitchen and then you hear something scurrying around over here, I was just like, nope. Nope. Couldn't do it. But let me know if this is something you guys would enjoy watching me live stream. I'll keep like a bucket there in case I throw up, and then also like turn the lights out and just have like some nice surround sound headphones on, and you guys can watch me crap my pants if that's something you guys would want to watch. I feel like that would be kind of fun to watch somebody play Resident Evil 7 in VR. So I'm happy to get this. You don't have to play this in VR though. So this is also on the Xbox One and the PC, and you can play it on PS4 without the VR. But to me, like, why would you not play it in VR if you have the opportunity? I assume that the PC probably has VR for Vive or Oculus. I don't know. But so that's one game I got for Christmas. And the second one, I was speaking with Hav about this and CM Retro and CM Retro's live stream. I've been waiting a long time for this to come out, and this is the complete edition of Horizon Zero Dawn. And I can clarify that I want to say it's 1.65 update is on this disc. So when I put it in, there was no update. It's just on the disc. This is actually a complete Game of the Year edition. This is what we want, developers. Give us things like this. I want this. I don't want to have to wait a year, and this isn't even a year old to get this. This is like 9 months ago this came out. This came out, I think, a week before the Switch. Maybe 2 weeks. It was in March, I know that. So it's been about 9 months since this came out, initially. So, like, why couldn't you have just waited 9 more months, put the Frozen Wilds onto this disc, and just had this as the actual game? Those are the gaming days that I want to go back to, where you could get stuff like this as a complete edition, just day one. For those of you, that are a little bit younger, like, who grew up on 360, PS3, PS4 even, and Xbox One, like, back in the day, like, I distinctly remember picking up MechAssault 2 for the Xbox. Like, I saved up for five weeks of allowance. I got $10 a week of allowance, and it wasn't easy to get that allowance either. Rake leaves in the fall and take out the trash, do the dishes, clean windows in the house, and it all seems mundane now, and vacuuming, it's stuff you just do as an adult. But, like, 5 weeks of allowance, because games were $50 during that generation. When I was about, that gen started when I was 11, or no, I guess I was 10 in 2000, and I guess PS2, well, Dreamcast came out in 99, and then that gen kind of technically ended in 05 because 360 came out. So that was about a 6-year generation, from 99 to 05. But either way, so I was 9 till 15 during that generation. And you just bought a $50 game, and it was just MechAssault 2. Like, I remember getting that and just being so blown away by it, and like the whole game was on the disc. Like, I think there might have been download levels for that, but even still, they were free. Like, the developer was nice enough to give them to you for free. The original MechAssault was one of the first Xbox Live games, and again, they gave you those levels for free. And I mean, they're lost to the test of time now. If you're not aware of that, my original Xbox died about 2 years ago, I think. And it was like right before I started the channel. Well, it was probably, it was about 2 years ago. But so my original Xbox died, and all of my DLC, and it wasn't a lot. There was Conquer Live and Reloaded levels, MechAssault 1 and 2 levels, the Halo levels, which I paid for online, which was, at the time, it seemed like a really cool, revolutionary idea. But had I known what I was getting myself into as a gamer, I wouldn't have bought into it. I am very regretful of joining Xbox Live, like, right when it started, and being a part of what modern gaming has become. I mean, I like it on one extent. Like, I can hop on Xbox Live and play Call of Duty with Jeff and Hav and Shad Juice and EMCEEMUR and Wood Baron. Well, I haven't actually played with either of them yet, but they're in the Xbox Club or whatever. And like, that part I can get behind. I like that. But all the levels that you have to pay for them now, and it's just, I don't know. And again, like, when Call of Duty first started getting big with, like, I guess Modern Warfare was when it started to get big. I didn't really get into it until Modern Warfare 2 is when I got really into Call of Duty Online. Actually, it might have been World at War. One of the two. But, and the levels weren't that expensive back then. I think it was, the Season Pass was, they didn't even call it that. It was just a map pack back in the day, and they were $4.99 for a map pack. You got 1 zombie map, and you got 3 multiplayer maps, and then for World at War, there was 4 packs, I believe. And I think that's just how they did it back then. So that was basically $20 for 16 maps. It was either 12 or 16 maps. And either way, $20, like, it still sucks, but that was, I could justify that. And I mean, like, you're getting 4 zombie maps, and like, I don't know. Modern gaming just kind of really frustrates me. And then another thing that I really wanted alongside the Skyrim, which I got with my bundle, was another Bethesda title that came to VR, and that's Doom: A Virtual Fucking Reality. So yeah, pretty excited to get that. And I guess the last thing I want to show off is Farpoint, and that came with the gun. And the last thing that I bought today, I bought Farpoint and this myself, was the I guess case for the headset, you could call it. This is pretty much the most important thing you can get, because you don't want the lenses to get scratched up and all that good stuff. So yeah, again, giveaway. I want that Mario Party 6. Leave it in a comment. hope you enjoyed the video. These were basically just all my PS4 pickups for Christmas. Three of these were presents. The other 4 I bought myself. And I actually haven't even tried any of this out. I'm recording it as I got all this stuff home. So, peace out for now, guys. Until next time.
Come here, you mother...